Hello and welcome back to Grantham CPG channel. Today, Thursday, we have a brand new introduction here of Euro Truck Simulator 2. We've done planes, mainly focusing on flight simulators. We've also just introduced a train simulator to a Tuesday, and Thursdays from this point on are also now going to be known as Truck Thursdays. So welcome in. Euro Truck Simulator 2 bought from Loaded rather than Steam for a little bit less. Steam has now got a sale if you are interested, and it does commonly have sales on this game. It's been pushed out very often and very quite harshly by the marketing team, so good job to them. It's 2012 it came out. It's a long time ago now, but since then they've obviously continued to update it and continue to provide support. It's a great experience. Really enjoyed the hustle and bustle of driving your own truck or a company truck that you are working for from A to B, transporting heavy loads, sometimes liquids, gases, the hazardous material there, which will pull in a lot of money. So we're going to continue career today. I've actually just decided to open G-Truck, which is Grantham Trucking Corporation Industry, however you want to say it. A big ideas coming for this company. So we are sort of at the bottom. I'm self-employed working for other companies, and the idea is to build up enough money, buy my own truck, buy my own corporation headquarters. I'm going to get that sorted throughout Europe today. Even though I've actually started already, we're going to continue to earn some money in career mode, so let's get going. So here we are. My name's Grantham. I'm currently level 12, a skilled worker with some driving experience under my belt. I'm using the Honeycomb Alpha controls, which are for flight simulators but also can be integrated into Euro Truck Simulator seamlessly, and I'm using the TFRP pedals, which can be switched between planes and vehicles. Very handy. Here we are, Grantham Truck, previously called something completely wild. G-Truck for short, and this is our profit over the last 7 days. As you can see there, I've been driving a lot. I set the base as Manchester. Well, realistically, we could probably change that. I have no own truck, I have no own trailer, and I have no hired drivers. There's an economy summary here, so I've earned about 117 in revenue, and some profit is about the same, and then daily profit average is 16,000. So I have been driving each day, building up the company already. I say that, but even though I'm self-employed and renting myself out of the companies, it's still classed as a company because I've incorporated it in preparation to buy my own truck. So if we go to the upper right here, £156,000, that's a lot of money to have earned, and I'm saving up for that Iveco. I am going to buy an Iveco. I absolutely love them. What we do, we go back to main menu and we can do jobs. This is all we can do at the moment. We have options here: convoy, career, company, services. And you will notice as well throughout, like from the immediate get-go, you will be bombarded by banks who will ask will offer you loans, and then other people who will offer you trucks and things. So I'd say don't bother with any of that, just keep driving, keep earning money. I've upgraded some skills, so I've upgraded long distance, which means that initially we're going to be able to earn quite a lot because I've going to be able to drive for longer. So as you can see there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rank 5, deliveries up to 2,400 miles, 25% higher reward for delivery distances longer than 1,500. So the reason I chose that is obviously the more income. I've upgraded high value cargo, and I've also put on an ADR training. Real world things that will in fact earn you real world money as well if you're doing real life. I got some eco driving, just in time deliveries, but today we're going to do some long distances. I'm going to start in Manchester. I'm going to work our sweet way down through Europe. So let me show you the map, folks. Euro Truck Simulator 2, we're going to start here. I'm going to work throughout Europe. We have no goal today. Our goal is simply to drive and to earn some money. So I want to earn, in fact we can set a goal, why not? It's our first start, we're building an empire here, albeit we're slaving away for another company first. So let's set a target of, let's say £20,000. That's not very much at all. We could say £30,000. So let's set £30,000 as our goal today. And we can choose our distances. So if you want your longer distances, you can choose here based on prices, length, So the longest one we can do so far is there to there, which is quite considerable, guys. So we want to start probably a little bit shorter. We might as well do something like London to Birmingham, Manchester to Birmingham, or Manchester to London. See, so the distances already are pretty impressive, and of course we have 2 pages here. There's not really that much small things on there. We change that. There we go. So maybe it's price. It might actually turn out we can't do a short distance one because we've unlocked all the long distance ones, but that's kind of good. Anyway, let's choose. Let's do that one again. Let's go down to Felixstowe. You have got a delivery pending. You must finish it before starting another one. I don't think let's abandon that. I'll pay the costs. Don't mind that. I think that was just something I was practicing earlier. Right, we'll go down to Felixstowe. If I can get it up. It's disappeared now. It's just completely vanished from the list. Interesting. Well, we'll go down to Plymouth, Manchester to Plymouth. So, oh wow, we're out here. We're in the Scania. Engine's coming alive. So if we check on the menu here, we're doing IBC containers, 11 tons. Manchester to Plymouth, GmbH to Stokes. 20 hours remaining. Job income about 6 grand. So a nice big chunk of our 30 grand total. We don't have mandatory lights. We're going to go ahead and turn our cab lights and things off. Really big trailers, absolutely huge. And we are towing quite a big one today. Scania is a really good brand as well of lorries, and probably one of my favourites, I'd say. I mean, most of them are pretty good. Let's get going. Taking the LKW. We've got no GPS in this, so we maybe have to use the map to guide us initially, and then we'll just follow the signs. So here's Manchester. The thing I really love about this is you can spend just a few hours trying to figure out where you're going. Some big updates coming for the game. Some new content coming out for it. Development is still very current, and it's still very popular. It's still in the Steam top selling charts. It averages between 35 to 40,000 players a day. And this is a 2012 game. It's been modernised with graphically and systems wise, so it does still look very good. Performance wise, I think it actually performs very well. Consistently over 120, 130 frames. I have got it on max settings, so if you adjust them, you better get the frame rate of choice. We have realistic indications here, all assigned to my honeycomb yoke. I have indicators assigned, I have hazard lights assigned, and I have window wipers assigned. And of course we'll get situations like that. We might damage the truck, it might cost us money. We can be fined for speeding, we can be running out of fuel, we can get too tired and crash, which is a real possibility unless you have to take real breaks. As you can see on the map, we have 10 hours there maximum driving time before we need to rest. So at this point we've gone past our initial departure, talking like I'm flying a plane. We're going to turn the map off, we're going to do this old school. And you can look forward to Euro Truck Sim 2. If you do enjoy it, it will be coming on a Thursday evening at 7 PM GMT time from now on. And the goal, since I've already reached 100,000, is to continue building the empire and just keep having fun. Eventually, of course, get to 1 million, get ourselves a truck, get ourselves a bigger base. I'd like to be situated somewhere down in the Balkans. So we're going to take the road southbound down to Plymouth. We probably need to go down to Birmingham initially. And if you do get lost, you can just use the map. So if you take a wrong direction, you can also turn GPS voice thing on, so even if you don't have one, it will tell you where to go. You see there, Liverpool, Carlisle and Glasgow, so they have got some major hotspots. City here is in the UK, quite a lot actually, considering that the UK is no longer in Europe, and considering the fact that they've continued to support it. I love it. So we're in the wrong lane here. Let's go ahead and transfer to Glasgow's route. We don't want to be heading down to Liverpool, although that was probably the way to go, to be honest. We checked the map. So yeah, we were supposed to go down to Liverpool, but I suppose that shows you the realism of the roads in Euro Truck Sim 2 is you can't see all the signages and all the places, so there'll be many places missing of signs, there'll be many signs missing, but in general it's not been too tricky to get back on track. So as you can see there, we're now heading into the wrong direction, the lakes, i.e. the Lake District. Let's go ahead and just reduce our target today to maybe 20 to 25,000 will be enough. You know what, let's go ahead and put the GPS map back on. As much as I love the Scania trucks, they don't have that GPS built in. And they are pricey, guys. They're very, very expensive. That's why we're building this empire. Started not from scratch, otherwise it probably would have taken us a couple of weeks of streams to get up to 100,000. And it's probably going to cost us that much for a truck. So I'm kind of still on the lookout here for Iveco. I found MAN and I found Mercedes, but Mercedes is not, despite its gadgets, is not appealing to me. And you're going to see that throughout, lots of those construction company things, and of course we'll be doing construction deliveries at some point, farming deliveries. In general, the world does feel pretty alive, and I found that as I've been driving through Europe, you will come across a lot of different situations that mimic the real world. You'll have construction sites, roadworks, you'll have crashes, you'll have diversions. And for me, that's the best part, is never really knowing what to expect on these kind of roads. And also, you know, in a situation like this, how long are we going to have to divert for before we find a alternate route? It's good though, I haven't been up to this part of the UK. We got, say, Carlisle up north, of course, and then Edinburgh and Glasgow. We could be doing with a diversion, of course, probably most likely. Look at that, fantastic. So we got some ships. Let's get in the other lane. Nice castle on the hill there. And one thing I will say is the dynamic weather, the sky system and the weather system are probably rivaling that of X-Plane 12, at least. Apologies for the driving. Yeah, at least in terms of fidelity, and there's a little bit of randomness there. There's just no real world time or weather on this, which is kind of a little bit nice, to be honest. I found the majority of it's spring and summer, or maybe even autumn. But I haven't seen any snow yet. This is a long, long road here up to Scotland. You'd think there'd be at least some turn off somewhere. Got services coming out. How are we doing on fuel? We got half a tank left. I wonder if we can. So let's just check the map a sec. Yeah, that's insane. That road goes all the way up without breaking it. I find that hard to believe. Yeah, so Manchester to Liverpool. Again, a little bit of a strange route. Maybe we'll take the next few of these places, so we can probably cut through Sheffield and down to London, but that'll be a little bit of a long route. And I noticed as well the Euro Truck Simulator 2 is, it seems to be miles more popular than the American Truck Simulator. I'm not sure why. Let's go ahead and just get here before we get the wrong lane. Thank God we got on a truck with some good braking. Some of the trucks on this harsh braking, a little bit of the pedal and you just slam to a stop. There we are, so you got Newcastle and Sheffield. We're going to head down to Sheffield Way. You're going to take the long route. We've got 18 hours roughly to do this delivery, and the journey takes about half that time. Plus we probably might need a sleepover in between that. In terms of hardware though, like I say, the Honeycomb Alpha just integrates with this so seamlessly. It's unlikely you're going to need to buy anything different if you've already got one. Although then, having said that, you know, as we drive along here, I'm kind of thinking about the alternatives here to flight yokes. You've got, there are alternatives, but very, very expensive trucking bundles out there. You really are better for getting, if you're going to get one, a just standard driving wheel, standard racing wheel, rather than truck specific. Look at that guy, he's got a nice Jaguar. That's the thing, you just recognise so many well-known brands here, and they're quite modern cars as well. I've seen electric cars in here, I've seen yeah, modern era cars, so they must be updating the AI traffic as well. You got a Ford Fiesta. I think we'll probably be able to do today, maybe one more stream after this, and then I'll be able to buy my first truck. We've got trailers available. I can't see the purpose of buying a trailer without a truck. If you are a real world trucker, by the way, and I don't know if you'll be watching my channel, but huge respect to you. Since getting this, not even that long ago, less than a week, I really appreciate the difficulties you guys face. And the challenges. You've got that solitary isolation there for many hours. You've got the, you know, the speed thing and the weight and the handling to contest with. You've got rogue drivers, you've got the toll booths, and my god, there's a lot of toll booths in Europe. You're probably going to be, if you were self-employed truck driver, you're going to be spending, you know, a good couple of €1,000 just on toll booths going back and forth. That's a good thing here. We're driving Scania today, and we're driving for a company, so they're going to be paying the fees for us. But as I say, when we get our own, we're going to have to incur the cost. We're going to have to incur the cost of employees, of management, business management side of things, and office management and things, so we have to pay taxes. God forbid. Yeah, look at that, some guy's been pulled over, maybe he wasn't sleeping, taking enough rest breaks. We'll stick to the middle lane here, we'll probably get a few angry drivers because of it. To be fair, we should probably stop over at the services. Let's get our fuel done now so we don't have to worry about it. And we'll get on the road again. Less than half a tank to the Scania is really burning through. Whoa, and then we got a road traffic like that. So the AI on this, the traffic, the cars, the other drivers, they're usually totally disregardful truck drivers. They will drive into me and I'll get fined for it. They will cut in front of me, they will drive at 20 miles an hour on a 60-mile-an-hour road. Tank is full. Things like that, and then you've got to incur the cost of it. So if you take a turn out like this and the AI is coming, it may not stop or slow down and it'll just drive straight into you. So there's plenty of opportunities for road rage and things like that. Finally, Manchester, Liverpool, Birmingham. So let's get in the Birmingham lane here. We'll merge on the inside lane. I don't prefer the truck like this, to be fair. It is difficult to keep it, especially on these like tighter turns where you can build up some speed. It can be difficult to keep it on track. Thank you everybody for the recent subscriptions, views and comments. Really appreciate your continued interest in the streams and the simulations. I hope I'm not going to be known as that simulation guy, but it might become that way. Swansea down there, if anybody's wondering, Swansea, Swansea's a long way from here, guys. Totally synthesized horn, that is completely awful. It's one of the few things I don't like about the Scania. Let me know though everybody, what's your favourite truck? Have you got Euro Truck Simulator 2? Have you got a company? How many trucks you got? Where you based at? Have you flown and drove in convoys? I was driving the other day earning a fee for delivering to an airport, and some of the modelled airports, Frankfurt airport's really well modelled. I am probably going to be based, because they've got Bern on this. I probably will open a base at not Bern, at Mannheim. I've got an aircraft base there, the Gulfstream 550. If anybody's seen my Explain 12 stream, so I'm probably going to buy a Mannheim base on this. I think that's the plan, and then we'll base ourselves out of that, and that'll give us a good reach across Europe. I'm estimating between 200 and 300 grand to do all this, so it's probably going to be it's probably going to be at least 140, 150 grand just for a truck. I think you've got the cost of the actual hangar itself. I say hangar, but it's a, you know, it's a garage for the trucks. Okay, we're speed limited, all trucks are speed limited, so I think it's 56 maximum. Sometimes it'll have a sign on the back, it'll say something like 80 kilometers an hour or 60 miles an hour, etc. Nice interior though, as I say, graphically it's pretty superior than what I was expecting. And with some of the DLC as well. Not a big pusher of it, but you can see that with the modern DLC, particularly those from the last 5 years, the graphics are of modern standards. So you go from the UK, which is what was included in the base game, and then of course down to places like the Balkans, Nordic Horizons I think is one. You can see that transition there from the old to the new. How long have we got here? We got about 5 hours left. I find that hard to believe from Manchester to then again it is Plymouth, it's usually less than that to London, probably looking at 4 hours at the most with good traffic. Pile up on the side of the road there, just shows you how dangerous it is, and we're not even in the most dangerous part of Europe yet. over the place again. Don't do it, Mini. I see what I mean, guys. Some of these road drivers here in the old ETS2. He would have caused a crash. That guy didn't signal. He didn't slow down. Give him the old Scania horn. As I say, totally feel for real world truck drivers here. You get a real feel for the challenges they face. Slow traffic, just sat in the middle lane. Now I'm talking like a real driver, of course. How much are we going to earn for this? If you press F1, folks, it'll tell you. So we're earning about just under 6 grand, which is not too bad actually. But as you get those longer trips, one of them I did was over 1,500 miles. I got something like 14-15 grand for it. So it's well worth the trip. It will take you a good, hour to 2 hours of real world time as well. Let's keep our eye out here. We got these. Hopefully we got something more than Birmingham signs coming up. Hopefully a sign for London. I guess we'll stick to the Birmingham sign for now. And Sheffield's popping up. So Sheffield's just sort of northeast from Birmingham. She's a fast one though. 65, 70 miles an hour. Oh, in my luck, we'll probably get fined by police officers soon. Been having a lot of fines. I think my first drive on here, I crashed several times. Got six or seven different fines as well. It gets even more complicated though. You got obviously the kilometers to hour thing. So when you go to Europe, if you've been driving on this side of the road, talked about it when I played the demo, but it can throw you off because you're still following the miles per hour thing, and you can't really translate it to kilometers. So yeah, it gets real tricky when you're doing those border crossings across things like from Calais to Paris. Excuse me, from Dover to Paris, that is, from the UK. Anyway, London, yes, they're on the M6 now. Going to probably be switching to the M1. Excuse me, the is it the M6 to the M1? Can't quite remember. Got another rogue one there. It seems to be Range Rovers and Minis. They're the trouble causers. Oh no, he's alright. He's doing well. He's not coming to our lane, cut us up. You see there on the monitor, I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but you see 734, so that's our sort of fuel endurance if you're coming from the aviation world. And then 522L is 522 litres. So we could go 732 miles on the tank of fuel we have, or petrol. In this case, it'll probably be diesel. You see there we have 250 miles, which means we got enough. Again, I'm just taking all this from flight sim stuff. I really treated it the same actually. You have to with these kind of systems. You've got a lot of responsibility with carrying, we're carrying tons and tons of food. In this case, for 11 tons of containers. I want to build up a nice reputation. We want Grantham corporates to transfer to Grantham Trucking Company very, very well. We want the same professionalism and discipline that we see with the aviation stuff. think the M1 might... Oh, of course, we're fined for speeding. Has the speed changed? 50 miles an hour? I'll be honest though, the UK driving is a little bit faster. Europe is the one that's, when you get into places like, I don't know why, but over in Europe and Germany, the speed limit for the truck is so slow. I think it's 50 miles an hour. And that's through the majority of the roads. So in the UK you get at least to get up to 60 at one point. Right, here's our lane, so let's get across. Check for traffic. Of course we'll slow down so we don't scratch that guy's car in front. Beautiful as well, you can see the times there, 10 to 8 in the evening. We've got sunset coming up. We're probably going to be driving through the night here. And based on, just on, you know, the position of the sun there, I'd say it's probably spring. London, 78 miles. I don't know why I'm looking out for London. I'm just using that as a reference, but we are going to Plymouth, and that's 223 miles away. Checking this thing for speed limits, it is 60 again. Gotta remember that. I don't think that's accurate to the real world though. I'm pretty sure you can go 60 on a dual carriageway as well, but in the game it limits you to 50. This is of course a motorway. I know people probably already know that, but if you're from the United States this would be the equivalent of a highway, I guess. Yes, it is the M1. I remembered my roads at least. So M1 is down to London. It's down to 50. Speed cameras as well, just be aware that everybody, they do exist. Haven't seen them, but we're certainly getting the fines for them. There it is. So actually it is physically modelled, so there's one there. They do catch you out. I'm surprised for a motorway they haven't got more. Usually do in the UK. And they're usually not that well seen, to be fair. Sometimes they place them in hard to see spots, a little bit of a sneaky trick that is. So they'll put them behind trees and things like that. Beautiful, beautiful weather though. A beautiful sunrise, if you can see it there in the mirror. So it's coming up, we got a bridge. Thank good. I just keep instantly thinking it's going to be a toll booth. Been through about 20,000 of them already. They've got weigh bridges, they've got x-ray machines. It gets absolutely wild in Europe. I don't know what they think's going on, but the amount of like procedures you have to go through just to drive on certain roads is unbelievable. I understand like the weighing thing might be a safety concern, but yeah, it just feels really what's the word? So governmentalized, if that's even a thing. And you'll see there the cop car went past. That's one thing I like about this. It's got accurate vehicles. So the cop car is a United Kingdom car. Let's take the London turning. If you go into Germany, it'll be Germany. You know, cars and emergency vehicles. As far as I'm aware, there's no pulling over, so they can't actually stop you and give you a fine. They'll just do it as you're driving. So at least that'll save some time. So here's the M25. We should be able to get up the signs for Plymouth soon, or we may have to go all the way down to London for it. There's Felixstowe on the sign. That's where I originally wanted to do the delivery to. So we go here. We technically are going the right way, so this must be the turn-in for Plymouth coming up. Let's go ahead and get our lights on. Careful there in the corner. We don't want to disrupt. Don't want to roll the beast. She is an absolute beauty, though. Scania, as I say, it's just the. I think the one thing, the major things would be the horn thing put me off. The most expensive, you're not actually Mercedes, like I thought there would be. The things like the they're just brands, but they're just more the better versions of brands, so more customization options, more modern technology, etc. Anyway, folks, this is a dual carriageway in the UK. So if you look at the speed now, it says 50 miles an hour. As I say, I do think it is about 60. It might even be 70. This London sign, yeah. First one in London. There she is. There's the giant Easter egg, as I call it. And London City Airport will be right near there, won't it? I wonder if we can see some planes. That'd be cool. We need to keep an eye out. Anyway, we're not actually meant to be in London. We probably should have diverted, because we might actually come across toll booths here, and that would be an absolute pain in the cab. Okay, so it's telling me to take a U-turn, so I want to check the map again. So sometimes this happens. It will give you instructions to do things, but if you look on the map, you can plan out your own route. So we know we're going to Plymouth. We don't actually have to turn. We can just continue through and take the exit down the M3 and the M27 to the A35. So let's do that. Let's just keep driving. I will say though, some of the cities like this, London, some of the bigger cities are not physically modelled to the extent that the city is, so you can only get a feel of it. But some places are actually modelled very well. And I've been driving through them, so you can actually drive the city centres and the towns and things. It's not the case in London, the same as Manchester, you just get that feel for it. But I think, you know, in the future maybe it'd be good to add that option here. Then again, I'm pretty satisfied with what we got already. As I say, 2012 game. If I'd known this was out in 2012, I would have bought it. Whoa! And we almost curbed it. So there we go, so the GPS is now automatically fixed its routes and is now telling us where to go. If we look at our time, we've got 4 hours there till we need to rest. Oh my goodness. It's not that you can't speed, everybody, it's that you can't speed when there's a police car near you, so my recommendation is don't do it unless there's no cop cars. And then you're probably alright. But I'm not having good luck with it today, am I? Grantham G-Truck's building up a reputation, the guy who speeds. So yeah, anyway, GPS is updated. We're probably going to have to take a short rest before we get down to Plymouth. To be fair, this is a longer journey than I thought. I didn't realise how far it was. Yes, green lights. Keep an eye on the rear trailer, make sure we're not going to crash. This is not going to take me down to Dover Docks, is it? I don't know, but we're next to the Thames, everybody. That is actually pretty modelled, pretty well modelled there. You can see all the buildings, all the apartments. That'll be the docks. I think they make out the docks are a bit more used than they actually are. I don't think London docks are in use anymore. I do constantly mention it on the aviation streams, but the UK really doesn't export anything at all. It just imports everything. Ah, there she is. Dover and Felixstowe, Cardiff and Southampton. Right, we need to probably head in the, I was going to say into the Cardiff direction, because that's sort of in Wales. Well, it is in Wales, guys, and so is Swansea. And that'll be towards the, of course, west, which is where we need to head. Turn coming up that way. Dover and Felixstowe, Southampton and Cardiff on the M25. Nice and steady on the turn. Gorgeous sunsets. What should we take, guys? We need the A35, don't we? So let's try and get across there, and then in a lane we've got a speed camera coming up again, how typical. We don't want to go going back to London. Let's try and get over here. Cars move out of the way. Okay, whoa, we've got to be quick about this. Sometimes, as I say, a little bit rogue, we can cut you up. I don't think Southampton's the way to go. Probably, well, it's telling us to go down again, down to Southampton, but continue pushing west and down the M25. Hopefully it gives us another route this way. Pretty sure it is going to be the next left we're taking. Yeah, so there, it's given us, as I say, you probably don't even need, you don't really need the GPS, everybody. It's like the GPS in the X-Plane 12 stuff. If you're flying a plane, just use it visually, you know, looking outside. If you're in a vehicle, it can be a little bit tricky, to be fair, because you've got no road signs in the majority of the places. Here we are, there's Cardiff on the left. Let's get the high beams on. There you go, South Wales, Bristol, Cardiff, Swansea. It's kind of in the direction we need to go in. And if you think the UK is underdeveloped, they're bringing out an Ireland DLC, believe it or not. I think that's going to be pretty good. As I say, it'll be modern, so there'll be modern graphics on it. It will be pretty much like buying a brand new game. I've seen the quality of the other DLCs, and as I say, the more modern they get, the better they get. They're also bringing out Iceland as well, so I think, anyway, the Ireland one will probably extend the UK. I'm pretty sure they will do. They'll probably add more locations in there. I really hope that in the future they're going to add places like Guernsey, because at the moment it's not actually visitable. That may just be because there's no port there to, you know, get a ferry across, but in real life you probably could do that. Although they do fly a lot of stuff into Guernsey rather than shipping it. So down there, 2 hours. We got 2 hours. Do we need a rest? It's taking a little bit longer, as I say. So yeah, we'll take a next rest at the next stop. VPC, very powerful car. That's not what it stands for, but it might as well. We're going faster than him. Can we beat him? We're not even speeding yet either. We're going barely 60. Right hand side's clear. Here we go. Here's some of those difficult roads. It's like the UK. They didn't know how to build straight roads, did they? Maybe we should buy our own trailer first, actually. Maybe that'll give us more customization options on the routes. I don't really know anybody who would own a trucking company and buy a truck, like a trailer first, because you need something to pull it, wouldn't you? And you should see the state of the base we've got. I think it's based, obviously we're based in Manchester, but it looks like a shanty. It's absolutely awful. We need to get that upgraded ASAP. Grantham G truck does not want to be stationed in something that looks like it's been built by elves. No insult to the elves, of course, but you know what I mean. It looks like it was built by some very odd people. As soon as we upgrade that, as I say, I want to get my corporate branding on it. Blimey, we're using investment money from Grantham Corporate Charter, by the way, which is really good crossover, because the aviation stuff is we could deliver stuff to airports in this, and that's going to be so cool. Then we could take it out in a fly over to its final destination. Okay, coming up. So these sort of petrol stations usually have rests in them. We're going to do that. We'll take a quick rest here. We got about 1 hour's worth, I think. 2 hours worth before we fall asleep and crash. sure there's going to be one here somewhere. Okay, let's just check the map. So it's saying there's a rest area here. Was it on the other side? That's a really peculiar parking, that is. How is a truck going to park there? Realistically, it's going to block the road. Let's get our lights off. Get the handbrake on. Ease for engine. Ooh, good morning. Let's get this old show on the road. We don't need lights. Let's go. Parking brake released. Clear on the right hand side. Continuing down to Plymouth. What a fantastic route. Almost as long as driving from Paris to somewhere like Austria. Salzburg, possibly. Oh dear, I think we may be late actually. Jeez, we slept a lot longer than I thought. We slept for 8 hours and now we've got 2 hours left to do it. But it's going to take us 2 hours 45. I guess we've got to go super fast then. You probably get a late delivery penalty, but honestly, I wouldn't worry too much. Just get there safely. If you crash and damage the goods, you'll probably be failed, which is worse, and then you'll get no money at all. So there's Southampton, Cardiff and Birmingham. You know what, let's keep the GPS on. We don't want to take any wrong turns on this. Of course, F5 there will adjust the map size. That's actually really useful if you're on the inbound course to a big city or something. You can see the layout of the roads. Okay, we're in the wrong lane. Big oopsie. Southampton, Cardiff. We're going to Manchester that way. Not sure why there's Birmingham and Manchester signs when we're heading to the south. You probably expect to see other cities on that side, to be fair. Plymouth, woo! Isn't it beautiful though? Just being able to take these long drives. I always loved driving as a kid. You know, I always loved those long trips, and as I got older, I continued to love them, particularly in cars. You're going down the motorways, you know, at night. You got the night lighting, you got the nice stopovers in the convenience stores, getting some petrol, talk to other drivers. The most, you know, interesting part was going through tunnels. So going through tunnels at night. It felt like an adventure, and it still does in Euro Truck Sim 2. That's why I love it. As I say, I've not had it long, but I feel like I could spend all night driving on it. That's how interesting it is. Then again, we all have different likes, don't we? For me, it's travelling from A to B and across different continents and countries and just exploring. 77 miles to go. We're not long now. And what we're going to do, everybody, we'll hop over to Europe. We might have to drive down to Dover. Get the ferry across to Calais. I think Plymouth may have one, but Calais is from Dover to Calais is the usual arrival. Plus we'll be able to see those white cliffs on the way out. Down to 55 again. Absolutely bizarre. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to fail. 42 minutes. I didn't realise actually how long I thought this would take like 30 minutes at the most, but it's taken us almost an hour to get here, and like I'm pretty sure it didn't take us that long. Either way, it just shows you like the time compression. So it's going to take us like 6-7 hours to do this, 7.5 hours on the game time. So I guess you can see that roughly translates to about an hour in real time. We will speed. There's no police in the motorway at the moment. Just getting the inside lane here. We should be getting up the motorway as well. I think Plymouth will take us through some of the countryside roads. At least it should do. There was a police car there. We are not speeding, thank God. Okay, there's signs of civilization. Yes, Plymouth's finally the only name on the sign now at least. I have no idea what that big blue thing over there is. Look at that. It's like a water tower or something. I didn't even think we had those still in the UK. I'm pretty sure we don't actually. I'm pretty sure we don't have water towers and windmills, or apparently we do. Euro Truck Sim 2 team. Where though? Because I've never seen one. I'm pretty sure they don't have them. I stick by that. They don't have them. That's something else completely. Nice sunflower fields. Again, I don't know how accurate that actually is. I don't think we grow sunflowers. So anybody want to fact check this for me? We got 40 minutes left. As we're a couple of minutes, we are going to be late. They're probably going to not scrutinise us as much as we think they will. It might be just a couple of pounds off the final fee. And by the way, you can adjust the currency in this. So if you're European, you can have euros. If you're American, you can have dollars. If you're English, like me, you can have pound coins. So I've changed it to pounds, so we now get paid in British pounds. You can set the currency in the unit, so you can change it from metric to imperial, or something like that. So we're using 24-hour clock as well. So again, another thing that can be adjusted. We're using dynamic weather with, I think, 8% possibility of rain, so not much. And eventually when G-Truck comes to life and the company spawns its base in Mannheim, which I am determined to do, we're going to be employing a lot of people. So there's going to be a lot of open slots coming up on G-Truck, Grantham Trucking Corporation. I don't like the word corporation, the trucking stuff. It feels alright when it's like we got the Grantham corporate charter, but for the trucking, I think we need to get rid of the corporate. We need to call it something else. So Grantham Trucking for now, but with the possibility of naming it. I don't know, let me know guys in the comments what you think would be a good last word. Does it need a last word? Is it fine as Grantham Trucking? Or does it need something else adding to it? There she is, so Plymouth, surrounded by giant concrete pillars, but here she is, and then yet again another water tower. Some of the old JCB will probably transporting that stuff over the Balkans later on. You might be speed limited, everybody, but you can go faster than this. Or maybe not, it's only 30 mile an hour zone. Let's try and get in the other lane, shall we? Got someone on the inside there. Come on, you can go past. And there we go, realistic merging into lanes behind. Can anybody identify that thing? It looks absolutely awful. Plymouth discovered. Whoopee. Even the signs are in Welsh as well. That's cool. English and Welsh. Domdella. Domdello, if you're French. Cool. I think we might be in the wrong lane, everybody. Let's get in the right lane again. Grantham Trucking starting off to a bad start. Wrong lanes, a few fines there for speeding. Don't crash into me. Oh my goodness. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about with these drivers, everybody. They drive into you and then you're the one who gets fined for it. How is that fair? Right, we're there. I think this is our delivery spot. There's Stokes. Let's make a nice, friendly impression so they don't send me a bill or something. They probably will deduct it from the cost. So here we go. Finally, after 8.5 hours. Skilled truck driver can deal with manoeuvring in tight space when dropping off a trailer. However, cargo safety is his top priority. Well, I'd hope so. If you don't feel up to this challenge, negotiate with this dispatcher for a backup place to park the trailer. Well, I want max RP and max cash. So let's go. Where do we need it? You can skip it altogether, but we want to be able to do this. Right, we need to put it in front. Some reversing required. So let's get her lined up. Not a real truck driver, folks, but we can try. Let's take it round and then we'll slip it into place like Cinderella with her slippers. Crystal slipper. There we go, so you can't see a single thing, that's probably normal. Okay, there we go. Not too bad actually, the back wheel there it's turning at the same time, which is useful. I really could do with seeing the side of it. It's not too bad, it's not perfect, but it ain't in the lines. Let's just stick it there, I'm sure that'll be fine. Okay, parking brake is on, engine is off. Yeah, I'll be honest, that's probably fine. They're not going to be going inside the trailer from the side, are they? Woo! First job! 20 hours! Wow, who would have thought going from Manchester to Plymouth would take 20 hours? I suppose Grantham Trucking has something to learn. Base reward was pretty good, so 4-7, level 12. We're actually skilled worker apparently, and the next level's 15 is professional. We may be able to get up to that today. Urgent delivery bonus and late penalty. So we didn't really get charged that much on late penalty, but then of course we didn't have the speeding fine, so we probably lost about £600 or £700 there. Well, again, we still made a profit. 2 skill points. Right, so we've got a lot of long distance. Let's just go ahead and top up that to full. So now we're on... so let's go back to skills. So now we're on full rank 6 deliveries anywhere. 30% higher reward for delivery distances longer than 2,400 miles. We have to do a long distance one, guys. We'll depart from Plymouth and we'll update this. So we've got ADR training to flammable substances at the moment. Let's go ahead and update it to include... I think that's poison substance. Actually, no, I don't want to transport poisons. Let's do explosives. It would make sense to get eco driving, wouldn't it? So we didn't have to worry about the fuel. Right, I want to get this business started soon as, and we've got profit in 7 days of 100 grand. That is pretty impressive. You know, we're rocking 150k at the moment. I haven't got a loan. I don't recommend them because then you're going to be, you know, losing money on a daily basis as well. Right, let's go and buy ourselves a trailer. So one is coming up, or one did come up, which I like the look of it. It was black. So let's try and purchase the black one. Please still have the black trailer available. No, they haven't. That's very odd. It was something like these, one of these ones. So 29.38. That's not too bad. Should we go for the 6-wheeler? I say 6-wheeler. It's probably 9 wheels, isn't it? Probably more than that. Curtain side. We could take a chemical tank, but I don't think we're authorised to transport it. Let's try the 38 grand one. General dry goods is what it can take. So you didn't currently own a truck, so you'll not be able... Okay, that makes sense. So as I was saying, guys, you won't be able to pull it. That actually makes a lot of sense. If we go into truck dealers, I found DAF in Austria, I found MAN in Switzerland, Mercedes in Netherlands, Renault trucks in Czech Republic, and Scania in the United Kingdom. There's also a MAN one there in Birmingham. Out of all those, honestly, I have liked them all, but MAN still stands out as a good one. I'm waiting for, as I say, Iveco. Right, let's go jobs. We might as well skip the trucks and things and just go next. Grantham trucking on the road. So Plymouth. Let's go for a distance one this time. These are all shorter routes, which is decent. We probably want something a little bit longer, so we'll go... I don't know what I just clicked on, but we have to commit to it now. So we're going down from Plymouth. Oh my god. That is insane. I didn't realise it was that far. I think that's the longest trip I've ever done. Look at that. All the way down there. Ah, if we cancel now, this is going to be a pain, isn't it? Right, let's try another one. My mouse is double clicking. I think that's the problem. Let's choose a smaller one. We could go to Amsterdam, actually. That's not too bad. Let's choose the Plymouth to Amsterdam one. And that is, unfortunately, I think Scania again. I'm hoping we get another truck. We're going to have to pay the fine for this. This is only the twice that I've done this, guys. I don't abandon deliveries. We are going to lose profit, so we've lost more money than we've made today. And then jobs, we should be able to do the job there to Amsterdam. Can even do cargo. What? Cargo weight. Yeah, so I've ordered a new mouse, everybody. So this should hopefully fix the issues we're having with this one. There she is, Plymouth to Amsterdam. Yes, Scania again. Well, GPS in this one, which is a relief. We have got no mandatory lights in the UK, but I think Netherlands does. Right, what are we pulling today? We're pulling Euro goodies, fantastic. And there's a Plymouth factory in the background. I don't know how accurate that is. Do they have factories doing that nowadays? Probably not. Environmental concerns and things. Right, Scania, we got a flight controls check. Controls are clear, free and correct. Let's get this truck on the road show. I think our target of 25 to 30 grand was too ambitious. we're probably just going to have to do this and end it. So it'll only be 2 jobs, but at least we would have started, and I would have started Grantham trucking with a positive mindset. Plus we get to take in the beautiful scenery of the UK, and then we'll get to Netherlands. Hopefully we're going to be able to see some of those famous windmills. Okay, we're on the left side of the road today. No! Range Rover drivers as well. Stay on your own side of the road. Okay, so this is a bit more advanced. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. So some of the trucks, as I say, they might be the same model, so it might be Scania, but then the price and things all increase because you got these modern gas stations. You can see down there, the controls and the display is more digitized, and we had the beeping to indicate something was going on. It's also got digital reading down there for fuel. We're good for 820 miles, but we have okay, not too bad. 580, 12 hours, 35. So we probably have to take a rest break sometime in between now and Amsterdam. So easy to overspeed in these things. Extremely easy. I'm still doing it now. Anyway, I will upload a video, everybody, if you're going to enjoy this series. Yep, there we go. We've already lost our profit for the day. Come on, Grantham trucking. I did much better than this when I was practicing. Yeah, if you are enjoying this, folks, and you want to see more, there will be more coming on a weekly basis, and I will upload a video of the driving training, which I have yet to try, so I'll be uploading short series on that. You better watch me learn how to drive a truck properly. Of course, you can do it yourself. I think, as I say, it's constantly going on sale. The devs are constantly updating it, so there's probably not that long off a huge, gigantic sale where you can get everything for something like £5 or £6. Take our time. Let's check what our load is today. Cottage cheese, 18 tons. Okay, so if we crash, very much like the watermelon run we did on the demo. But if we crash, there won't be any explosions, there won't be any fires, etc. This time we will take the right roads. We ain't going to miss a turn. We'll keep on time, and I think the earlier we get there, i.e. the quicker, the bigger a bonus we'll get. And Amsterdam, I don't think it's been updated yet, but it is going to be updated soon. I'm really looking forward to it. They modernise the city, and I think they might turn it into as I say, from being sort of immersed in a general sense of the city to being able to drive through it, through the town, and through the city streets and through past the houses, etc. Because at the moment, we're limited to a sort of wider view of it. But that'll change, and with Grantham corporate anyway, we're going to be, and trucking now, we're going to be trying to get into those cities where we do have that detail available. I have only purchased this and the Balkans DLC, which we'll be focusing on a completely separate stream. Seems pretty easy to do when you've got the yoke for the steering and the pedals, but I haven't figured out how to turn on any of the buttons yet. So we've got tons of buttons here in the cockpit and the cab, and all of this is interactable, and you can actually assign keys to them. So we can open windows, we can put music on, we can play the radio, and if you're using the internet radio, which is possible, you'll be able to stream live radio as you play the game, and it's completely free, integrated into it, which I love. So I'll have to get around to using some of these switches and things in the cockpit. There's a lot on this one. As I say, it seems a little bit more advanced. We've got at least a dozen buttons on the right hand side there, and that's not just for the window either, that's for other things. We've got the fog lights. I can't even tell what most of these symbols are. Stuff to do with the engine and the radiators. We're getting distracted again. Let's try and merge over here before we crash. A bit of a convoy at the moment. They've got the subsea in a minute. These are probably all going, by the way, to Europe, or at least down to the docks. There she is, the white cliffs of Dover. Or is it? Or is that just the grey cliffs of the south? Yeah, you gotta love it. Look at that. That is absolutely fantastic. And there's no pixelation. There's no distortion of images. It's all pretty damn good. And I'm reaching in the UK over 150 to 180 frames. The only thing that I've noticed is since I played the full game and adjusted some of the settings, it seems like the demo was not utilising the GPU, or at least it was underutilising it compared to now, because it's using a lot more GPU percentage. So that might be because it's poorly optimised. It might just be because the settings weren't actually on Epic on the demo. Still trying to figure it out. I love the Euro Goodies logo as well. That's so fantastic for a company. No doubt we're delivering obviously food, and Euro Goodies I think do deliver from farms as well. Keep our distance. I actually trust the truck drivers here a lot more. The truck drivers in general, they've got like a common goal here. They get to A to B with a gold, i.e. the goods. And a lot of them drive much better than the average car. I've only had a few incidents with lorries crashing into me, and that's usually either because there's like an interception thing coming up where you have to merge lanes or a turn in. So yeah, the AI is pretty good on the trucks. Physically modelled passengers, not passengers but drivers. Physically modelled driver in this cab as well. I think we could do with adjusting the realism as well. We're using a fairly basic setting at the moment. We can adjust it to have realistic fuel consumption, which is not on at the moment. I'm still getting used to just learning to drive correctly and adapt into the handling. But if we want to step up a game, we can set the realism high, and realistic fuel consumption and realistic air brakes as well. So we'll have to again manage a pneumatic system which is very much like an aircraft, and the same with the train stuff. All these things have the pneumatic systems in common, the air systems, which is what I love about them. It's what probably one of the attractions me to it. You've not got an easy drive here. It's not like driving a car. Has this got cruise control? It has, so we got cruise control. That's how advanced it is. If we want, we press the cruise control now. Well, it's C on my keyboard, but it might be different on yours. It will now maintain, or it should maintain the speed that it's at, and I won't have to put any pedals in. Really good for long journeys on open roads and obviously the motorways. You can see down there that green sort of light is illuminated. Apologies about the zoom. I'll assign a different key, but yeah, the 50 is the speed we're maintaining. We're doing 99.9 miles to the gallon, which is not too bad. That will change based on speed. It's really nerdy stuff, isn't it? Let's get in this lane here behind Subsea still. We'll continue to trail him, as I say, probably most likely all the way down to the docks. One thing that will disconnect cruise control is if you put a little brake power in. It usually won't disconnect if you put the acceleration, but it will if you brake. Okay, A35, not familiar with this route. Welcome. Turns out Subsea's a little bit too slow actually. He might be limited to a slower speed than we are. Let's get behind the Logi thing there. Is that a German brand? What brand is that? It might even be Dutch. We're coming up to Strangeland in Amsterdam. Actually, we're going to be wedged. Then again, it gets worse in Belgium. You're sort of in an intersection there of hybrids, which is can get a little bit overwhelming. Yeah, no idea what that is. He's going fast though. He's got to be going more than 60. I can't catch up with him. I got a full accelerator on as well. How are we doing on sleep? So that's one thing you can't figure out from the GPS unless you put the map on. The only indication so far, if you're tired, is you get you actually physically get tired. In the character will do a very cool thing. He'll yawn, and he will actually. It looks like he's passing out from hypoxia, but I really assure you guys he's falling asleep. So we'll wait until that happens, and we'll be able to see it together then, won't we? Anyway, so it looks like we're going down Southampton Docks. That's just southeast of London. I was expecting to be going to Dover, but Southampton it is probably. Or is Southampton North? I can't quite remember. It is somewhere there. Let's look on the map. Oh no, I'm completely wrong. So it's actually northwest. That's odd. I might be thinking of something else. Yeah, straight down to the old Dover. I have to get a ferry across. Oh yeah. It's a drive-by, baby. There's that alert. So they beep them is because there's traffic on the inside lane. That's really, really advanced stuff. I say that, but most cars, most cars nowadays do have that stuff. In particular, the electric ones. But yeah, if we indicate into a lane there, as you saw, so we try and indicate now into the left lane. It's not beeping, but when we get next to the lorry, it'll beep. That's so cool, isn't it? I actually do like that kind of technology. At least it's useful. Nice looking cab as well. I think when we get one, black obviously is... It does appeal to me because it's nice and masculine, but we got the blue one there, which is pretty as well. Yes. You see there, we're indicating, and there's a lorry. That is an absolute lovely truck. I wonder what brand that is. What am I doing? Let's do an outside view for a sec. Let's try and figure this out. I think he's in a... I don't know, in a Scania possibly, but I love that blue. If we can get a truck, it will be in that colour probably. And we'll put some customization on it, maybe some inside decorations or something. Speed is just constantly stuck at 66. He can't seem to push up to 60, but his engine, the engine on this one is quiet as well. Maybe it is more fuel efficient. What are we coming up to? I think that's the sign there for Dover. Carry on straight on then, Dover. I got a few caravans here, probably going off to France for the weekend or something. Well, first tunnel of this trip. This is what I'm talking about. This is what makes driving interesting, going through these tunnels. The rules in these are completely different than you would think. Sometimes you have to slow right down. And it actually looks like traffic is slowing down a bit. Speeding? Oh, so that, well, it was, I'm just saying the speed's changed, but I didn't realise it changed before that. So you can see we're slowing down. We also have to have lights on in this tunnel, which I find... Again, just rules that are a little bit peculiar, but do make trips like that interesting, particularly when you're going underwater. And they have plenty of those in Europe. Not necessarily in the UK though, because of course there's not many rivers or seas to go over under. Let's try and keep the speed here down to 50. We got that cop car in front, and the speed goes up to 60. Is it? Yeah, 60 miles an hour. We can handle it. Oh, listen to that. He abandoned the AT synthesizer and went for a normal horn. A little bit flimsy still. Could use a bit more manpower behind it. Try and get behind the police car again. And of course we're back in this lane. I'm wondering if we go... I just realised, I was under the impression we were going to go to France from Dover, but we might actually be going straight to Amsterdam. I just can't remember if they've got a port there or not. Look at that. So we're coming up to the cliffs. I keep waiting for the white cliffs. Is it the white ones or is it just standard cliffs? Hey, you got farmers over there just working. That is actually moving as well. So check that out, guys. Isn't that cool? What a shot. Right behind the police car past some farmers. Is that a hint? Are we going to have to start doing farm... Oh, no, God, no. I don't think I could handle farm simulation. I couldn't handle it. I think flight simulation, and now with the train and the trucking, is probably good enough. That cop car is pretty lenient, to be fair. We've been speeding by a couple of miles an hour, so maybe can only be fined once by a police car, and then it won't fine you again. We'll have to test that out at some point, but today we've blown our budget on fines. We got some busy truck signs coming up. I wonder how we're doing with fuel as well. So these are questions I always think of and then realise we can actually check. But then I'm like, where is the fuel on there? It's not as easy as you think to see it. So we get 90, about 100 gallons and 100 miles per gallon, which is super efficient. And above we're burning 9.1 miles per gallon. I don't know, I can't understand it. We'll stick to the 200, we'll just see we got 250 miles left. I'm just thinking, should we refuel before we get there? Either way, here we are at Dover, everybody. So we're not actually taking the ferry today, that's odd. So we're following the cop car down to the tunnels. I wonder if he's going to be taking the tunnel across. Please tell me we've not gone down the wrong one. Come on. Oh my god, I think we have. Right. Hazards are coming on. What a beautiful looking port though. Ah, we're on the wrong side. There's one that's open. I should use my eyes a little bit more. And this is a little bit tricky as well, having to get the parking here. So you can see these lorries are already sort of parked. We got to wedge ourselves right in the middle. Right in this tiny gap here on the left. I think that then teleports underground. Right, we're in the space. So, oh, we can't actually drive in there. I thought we could. Possible destinations, so we can go Folkestone. That's am I imagining something? I'm pretty sure we just read Dover on that. We can go from there to Calais, and then we're driving up. If we wanted to go to Netherlands, we could have gone to Felixstowe. That's interesting. Let's go to Calais then. £260. That'll probably be covered by the employer, or maybe not. Again, we're here, so if we drive forward, there's not really an indication, guys, and you'll have to learn this the hard way, unless you see this stream, of course, but if we go forward, we won't get through the gap. Aside from being a lorry there, we can't physically drive through, so we're going to take the road. Keep an eye out for our trailer here, we could bang into the side. Open to France. We still got to get across the French-Netherlands border, yeah? As I say, in that sort of strange part of Europe where we have a cross-section of societies and cultures and languages. So we got the French, the Dutch, and the other one, whatever it is, I think it's German. There we go, so nice smooth transition into the main road. Some of this road in is peculiar as well. It looks like tarmac, but Is this designed to slow people down? It looks almost like stone road, made out of loose stones. And there's no speed limit. Fantastic. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. We are in France now. Got to remember, on the right side of the road, and the speed is in kilometers an hour. Don't make the same mistake I did and keep driving on the left. Don't drive at 50 miles an hour, because that ain't the speed limit. It's 50 kilometers an hour. Right, there's a sign, Calais in Paris. We don't really want to go to Paris. We'll be going through Calais. Let's just wait for this lorry. He's got a bit of a wide load on him, and he's almost crashed into us. There you go, keep it on the right side. Some tight turns here in front. Super tight turns. There we go, on the open highway. Hopefully France is a little bit more lenient on the speed. Beautiful, beautiful place though, and I don't think many tourists stop at Calais. You know, most people go there from the UK and then just go on holiday elsewhere, but how many people actually go to France from Dover to actually stay in Calais? I wonder. Yeah, so they're not very lenient on this. Oh, they are lenient. It's 56. They got 6 miles an hour on the UK there. I approve. We need to go eastbound, and we'll try and get over to Netherlands as soon as possible. Calais port. We don't want to go into that. We ain't going back to the UK. I set the base as Manchester. I don't know if you can change it, but if we can, and oh my goodness, we got a speeding ticket already. That's expensive as well, £434. Yeah, as soon as we get the Mannheim base, I'm hoping we can set that as our main departure. Let's try to stay in lane, because the reach then, all I'm just thinking of is the reach throughout Europe, because we saw today from Manchester to Plymouth took like 9 hours. So I don't really fancy doing that every time I want to go into Europe. Bruges. We just recently flew to Bruges on the channel as well. Lovely airport. And now we're driving there for real. So Bruges is a strange place. There's Bruges and there's Brussels on the right hand side. Let's get lights on. I think lights are mandatory, aren't they? No, not mandatory in France, but either way, we'll get them on because it's going dark. You can put the beams on if you want. Lille, if that's how you say it, Brussels, or Bruxelles. And then something else. Fuel is probably good. How long we got till we sleep? 5 hours. And we have about 5.5 hours left. 244 miles till Amsterdam. I hope you brought your photo camera things, everybody. Definitely. Wrong side of the road situation caught me up a few times. So it's this kilometers to miles per hour thing. The Grantham trucking, we're doing our best. I want to be able to set... I've just realised I want to be able to set custom fees as well. I mean, the hard shoulder is just getting my ear sorted. Normal. Pretty normal. Yeah, I want to be able to set normal fees. So rather than... Obviously we can't buy a trailer till we bought a cab, which makes sense, so at least the game has logic to it. So will it therefore allow me to charge my own rate for deliveries? Because you should have some, you know, sovereignty in it. They shouldn't be handing over all of it to the companies. I.e. they dictate the price when you're the one doing the work. Sovereignty, I think that could be part of our slogan actually. Brussels, it's a shame we're going to be... I hope we're not passing through Brussels. I was hoping to avoid it because that's a little bit far south for my liking. I avoid Reims and Liege or whatever it is. We're on our way, sweet way to Amsterdam. Let's hope that there's no diversions as well. Thankfully I haven't come across any in this region before. But you never know, the game seems to throw things at you when you least expect it. Okay, you see that beep there? We had traffic on the inside. Let's get over here. Oh my goodness, give me a break. Give me a break. Leave me alone. I'm not doing it on purpose, I swear everybody. This is probably on the worst drive in today just because of the fines, but I am a little bit nervous. The company's just started. Moving from aviation into trucking ain't easy. As you've seen, we've got actual people to deal with on the roads, whereas in the skies, sure, there's other pilots, but the chances of being cut up by them or crashed into by them is pretty much slim to none. Yeah, you can see that terrain difference. Look at this, so France is more open. There's a sign for the border, so we are crossing into Deutschland. Deutschland, I should say, from France, which is odd. But yeah, the difference in terrain, the difference in fields. More farming in the EU as well. There's a lot of farms here, you'll notice, and there's a lot of farming going on. You see there just endless fields of crops next to towns. Tons and trucks of delivering farm stuff like foods. We're delivering cottage cheese, so we're kind of delivering farm stuff. We've got milk in it. How are we doing? 3 hours to sleep. I want to wait till he yawns it a little bit and then we'll get stopping. Although to be fair, we might actually be arrived by then. Let's get our high beams on just to be on the safe side. Rotterdam and Brussels, that's where we need to be, so we need to head to Rotterdam, which is obviously in Netherlands. I think we've passed over into it now because we've got the flags back there. So we're technically, I think, in Brussels at the in Brussels, yeah. Yeah, I can see Brussels on the map. Big old B. This should be interesting to see how much is there. We don't want to be stuck behind that guy there. You can see he's got his hazard lights on, so I can already see it's a huge trailer. If we get stuck behind a guy like that, he might clip us on a turn or something. Look at that as well. They've even got sound barriers in Brussels. How posh. Yeah, this guy here on the right, I think he's carrying a JCB digger. Yeah, he is. He's construction carrying today, so he'd probably fly. He's probably driving a domestic route. Just seeing Amsterdam on the sides as well, so we probably need to get past this guy. Wait for the truck to go past. So there's Rotterdam and Brussels. Obviously the sign did come up though. Yes, there it is, Amsterdam. I feel like we've achieved something today. We might not have got 25 grand, but we've certainly got that much in the bank, plus a ton more. Still keeping my eye out for that Iveco dealer. If anybody knows the brand, do you know where to get it? And A, do you know where to get it cheap? Ideally less than 100 grand, because I don't fancy spending all the money on it. I'm a cheapskate. We should just keep working, keep driving. As I say, we're probably going to need 300 to 400 grand to get this enterprise started. Let's get over here for the right lane. I hear so much contradictory things about this, but I'm loving it. Like, not talking about the game, but like the driving aspect. I heard a lot of people talk about it being not a very good job, and there's long hours, and it's not healthy, and many things like this. But from a gaming point of view, if you guys can get over the aspect of sitting down, as long as you work out, I think it's a good relaxing session here. You can simulate driving loads across Europe. You can also drive to places you probably won't be able to go to often. So if you can't afford to go away constantly, which is pretty much the majority of the people nowadays, then you can see it visually and virtually on this experience. And I think more accurate, dare I say it, than X-Plane 12 scenery. We've had motorways today, but the actual locations and the places, the roads and things will be accurate to real life, won't they, to some extent? Okay, there's some construction on the left hand side. That's what I'm talking about. They throw those things at you all the way along in places you won't suspect. So you'll suddenly come across a car crash, you'll end up going through your construction site, and you'll have to slow right down. Coming up to the rest spot, we've got 2 hours left until we need to sleep. 87 miles now to Amsterdam, and we've got 17 hours to do it, so we have plenty of time. There she is. There's a sign there to the Netherlands. Red, white and blue. One thing we probably should do is get fuel though. I'm hoping we've got enough to get there. 82 miles, and we've got enough there for... oh yeah, we've got plenty, I think. Quite fuel efficient as well. Hey, windsock, look at that. Strong winds as well, pushing right over there to the presumably the south. And we're coming into Rotterdam as well. This is going to be cool. This bridge is pretty big though, isn't it? Well, we're going over just a river at the moment with bridges left, right and centre. She is a quiet one. I don't know if she's I don't know if trucks are electric nowadays, but this certainly sounds it. Especially when you're on the cruise like this, you don't need any power hardly, and it will just maintain its speed. So this is what I'm talking about these low beds carrying these JCPs. So you see that they wait to the very end there, and it can throw you off. Amsterdam's on the sign. We're cutting through Rotterdam. Almost got sped over there. Oh wow, Rotterdam looking pretty at night, isn't it? Let's try and get over here, cut up the old Volvo. And the speed limit's there, 50 kilometers. That's like half the speed there in miles per hour. Right down to 30. There's the Centrum. We could take the Centrum road there, or continue around. Look at it though. We got a few skyscrapers, a few big buildings, mostly construction sites actually. So it's interesting to see this, like these developments. I don't think this is. Oh my God! Give me a break. These police on here are so just. They're so strict. You can't make one single. Even if you're going a couple of miles an hour over the speed limit, they're just going to fine you for it. Yeah, so a few skyscrapers, quite a few construction sites. It looks like they may be building a bridge as well. And look at this tunnel, very cool looking. Probably one of the better tunnels I've been in actually. Doesn't look like your standard one. I do feel a little bit tired myself actually. You see there, he's blacking out a little bit. He's yawning. We got 1 hour left to get to the destination. We also got 1 hour left to sleep. I'll be honest, when the character gets tired, I feel tired as well. I don't know if that's like a placebo effect, but to be fair, even if he was not yawning, I'd be tired. I do feel a bit tired at this point physically. It really does make you feel like you've been driving a long time, and that's the time compression for you. Anyway, window wipers just, you know, assigned to a button on the yoke, and it comes on super easy. 8% rain chance, which can be increased. We do need to get over and rest, but then again, Amsterdam's coming up. We could just wait and go to the final destination. See how much money we're actually going to get today. We're playing it risky. We are playing it very risky. Oh, excuse me. He's genuinely yawning. Yeah, Amsterdam. We're gonna get a feel. We're hopefully maybe see some, you know, canals and some boats, maybe a dock or something. 25 minutes ago, we can do this. I think I've only been to Amsterdam once, and the only thing I remember was the red light district. I'm joking, guys. I remember that the buildings there were very distinct, the houses. The way the streets were laid out, it was all very clean and all very green, and this was years ago. So imagine what it's like now. We've probably developed it further. But yeah, very green space it is in Netherlands. It's a very and this is something I think about the EU in general. It's a they're very green and friendly to the environment. Okay, I'm gonna shoot these police, honestly. Right, we're almost there. There we are, guys. Left on turn now. And that's our final destination. We have 48 minutes there to sleep, which is plenty. But yeah, I remember the street layouts being clean. I remember the people being very clean and friendly. And that goes throughout Europe. With the exception of course, a few places probably changed by now because it's been a long time since I've been back. Amsterdam, pulling in that Grantham trucking corporate wage. And if you have, by the way, watched the video this far, thank you. If you've been enjoying it and you want to see it again, thank you. If you want to try it out yourself, I think you'll, depending on what kind of sims you like and what kind of games, you may enjoy it. This is for those who like the slow burn, who like the sort of economic business management side of things. And also the idea of exploring by car rather than air. Here we go, let's pull in, let's get our money. Okay, we're going to go for the maximum XP, 40 XP. There we are, this is going to be nice and easy, isn't it? The other one was not too easy, but this is, I know, I should rest. Well, we've got 40 minutes left till we pass out. You know, I'm not doing too well in the reversing today either, so I need to work on that. Maybe the driver course will help me a little bit. That was pretty good parking. Lights off. Window wipers, engine shut down, tow complete. 546 miles from Plymouth to Amsterdam. Who would have thought that's almost the length and breadth of Europe? 11 hours 31, we didn't have a rest break, we were just about to fall asleep as well. Fuel consumed, that's really useful. Since you can see that, I put it in litres, but the default I think is in gallons. So you can change it. So litres is the UK measurement, and so is pounds. So this is me that suggested this rather than it being the default. As I say, if you're European or American, you can change these units to suit you. That's not too bad. We minus a couple of £100 there for fines, but we did well. We're now level 13. Long distance delivery bonus rank 6 because we've upgraded it to that. Urgent delivery bonus. This is really useful money, and then trailer manoeuvring bonus actually gives you 40 XP. I have got money for that before, so possibly in the future. If you want to buy a truck, so we want to buy a truck dealers, and then what you will have to do is, let's just select that, so you can collect from the menu here and then go to it. Let's go to, I did say Iveco, but man is an alternate option. So let's go to the man dealership and let's see what's going to be for sale. That's not too bad, we got 15 options here, so as we go along it's going to get more expensive. Take a note down this side, so it's 100 grand, we have 152. Plus we would probably have to add 30 or 40 grand for the trailer. Yeah, so the chunky, basically the really good ones, the chunky ones are really expensive. Nice colours though, very good options. Green, you got, yeah, these monster ones, the Snow White. Blue, pretty good. I do like the colours, but blue stands out the most. Hopefully they've got that nice cyan colour they had earlier. Alright, that's it. So I thought there would be more than that. There's only a few options. There's no blue option, which is a shame. I suppose you could customise it. That's only £100,000. The most expensive one is 225, but the most cheapest one is 100 grand, which means technically we could buy it. Anyway, guys, that is Grantham Trucking now officially a company. I really appreciate everybody being here. Thank you for watching this 2-hour Let's Play episode, part 1, starting and building an empire in Euro Truck Simulator 2. 2026, I think this holds up extremely well. The development team are pushing and continuing to develop it. The player base is so high on a regular basis that it smashes its own player record. Averages 40 to 50,000 people a day sometimes, and this is 16 years old. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Join me for the next Let's Play next week. I'll be uploading a video in the meantime. All the regulars, all the newcomers, have a fantastic night. Take care.